Hello, hello, the doc is in, and welcome back to another chapter of Tokyo Revengers. Coming closer and closer to the very end. Chapter 275, Cold Hearted. In the last chapter, we basically find out about the curse. We get it officialized. Takemichi basically says, Mikey, release yourself to the curse. Me and everybody will beat your curse right here, right now. The curse takes hold, and so the fated fight between Takemichi and Mikey properly begins. This chapter is spicy. Oh, it's hella spicy. Last chapter kind of made me feel like meh. This chapter, spicy. That's all I gotta say. So chapter starts off, right? The curse, dark impulses, they take hold, right? You have Mikey's face, eyes going white, and then him grabbing Sanzu's katana, rushing Takemichi, slicing, he barely misses, cuts a little bit of Takemichi's face, right? And so it's just going at this point. As this fight begins, Pa makes a point. He's like, hey, well, if Mikey has this curse, right? How the hell do you beat a curse? Like, what's the point of all this if you can't beat the curse, right? And he says this to Mitsuya, and Mitsuya doesn't really know how to respond. And so, as I said before, Takemichi and Mikey are fighting. Takemichi goes for a punch, he misses. Mikey gets a slash off. He's cut Takemichi's arm, and Sanzu's reacting. He's like, hey, you can't really erase the curse, all right? I've been following around Mikey for forever, and it's been like he's in a trance. Like, there's nothing, like, I don't know what to tell you. And so the fight continues, and Sanzu's basically like, hey, everybody who has tried to save Mikey from the curse has died. Shinichiro, Baji, Emma, Draken, nobody can save Mikey from the curse. Everybody who tries just dies. So this is really kind of it. And Takemichi's like, fuck all that noise, all right? I want to save him right here, right now. And as Takemichi rushes Mikey, he gets stabbed through the chest. Right? I don't know if he took the hit on purpose or if he maybe got caught, but right, he gets stabbed. Then the mad lad doesn't crumple, he pushes through the sword, and he gives Mikey a hug, and he says, I won't lose, Manjiro. I'll carry your dark impulses on my back. And basically calls Mikey his friend as he's bleeding out at this point, because again, he just got fucking engorged by a katana, right? And by calling Mikey his friend, the dark impulses seem to fade away suddenly. And then Takemichi's like, hey, give me your hand, you're the trigger, so I can't go back until you grab my hand. And so Takemichi basically starts detailing like, hey, I had to keep going back over and over again until I'm able to save you and save everybody and all that stuff, right? And he's literally bleeding out, dying, because again, he just got stabbed through the chest with a sword. All right, he's already been getting his ass beat and been bleeding a lot earlier. All right, so at this point, this is literally he went from 10% to negative 20%. He's done, right? And Takemichi, as everybody's watching, he's bleeding out, and then he just goes quiet. And Mikey's kind of being like, oh, he's basically just saying his name, because obviously there's really nothing they can do. And then seemingly, as Mikey and Takemichi, as Mikey's holding, I guess, Takemichi's hand, he dies. End of chapter. So as you can see, this is why I said it was spicy. I don't know where we go from this. Actually, no. Okay. I wouldn't say I don't know where we go from this. It's more like there are but so many directions we can go here. And it's basically like, are we getting the sad ending or the happy ending? Which is that either Takemichi did go back into the past, right? And though I guess no, we would have to go to the future. Oh shit. I think this really is just the bad ending. Hold on. I even think about that because it's not clarified. Because the only other thing that could be in like flux here is that Mikey gets the time leaping powers, but we don't actually see him get the powers, or Takemichi say he gives the powers to Mikey. So there's a possibility he doesn't get the powers. But then again, he did kill Takemichi, which means he could have the powers, which means he could go back in time. Which I guess is this is the only direction for the happy ending at this point. Because if Takemichi's dead, right? They're in the past. Takemichi's in the past. So he dies in the past, meaning he can't go to the future, because that's probably the reason why it didn't work, even though he grabbed his hand. Because literally, since he's not in the future, which is where if he goes into the past, he'll survive. And if he changes the future, then he's solid. In this situation, because it's the reverse, he can't go to the future because he dies in the past. But therefore, based on what we know about how Shinichiro got his powers, Mikey might have the ability to time leap. Ergo meaning, if he were to shake hands with somebody at this event, theoretically, he can go back to the past and actually solve all these problems. Theoretically, that could be the direction we're going in. I would actually put my money on that being the direction we're going in. Or the other option, I think, would be that this event is the one that fixes Mikey, because the curse is the thing that's killing everybody, right? That's what Sanzu says. But technically, Mikey's not the one who actually kills anybody. So that might be part of like the curse thing, where because Mikey's not the one who killed these people, the curse isn't dissolved, because it's not like I guess it's like a life exchange, right? So instead, it just ends up with Mikey just being kind of evil, but he doesn't. He's evil and he directs people to kill other people. Actually, no, but he did kill. What's his name? South. Damn. So yeah, I guess, So it really probably is that he's gonna go back in time. Okay, so then yeah, I'm doubling down on that. He's gonna go back in time. As you can see, I'm recording this in one go. All right, I'm letting it fly. But I think my official theory and my stance for the next couple of chapters is that from here, maybe the next chapter, we'll have him being depressed about the situation, feeling a lot of regret, and then either right away, or maybe we might drag it on a little bit. Maybe he goes to jail and like he feels like he wants to repent or whatever. And at some point around there, he goes back in time, and then from there, I don't know. Because once he goes back in time, then we could say either we're gonna get the good ending where everybody gets saved because Mikey does something and then that saves everything, or we go back to the original timeline where maybe Mikey just takes the L and he goes back to being paraplegic, but he's able to tell Shinichiro to just accept the fate or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of wiggle room for like how things can play out here, but I think the gist of it is Mikey has time leaping powers and he's gonna go back in time, and something's gonna happen after that. But that's just me. That's my theory. That's what I'm taking away from this whole chapter. With that all being said, thank you for watching the video to this point. Feel free to leave a like if you like, leave a dislike if you dislike. Comment, what do you think is going to happen? All right, we got a couple more chapters. What do you think is going to happen from here? Does Mikey have time leaping powers? Does he not? Is he just good? Has the curse just been dispelled now? And so now he's going to go, turn to a good leaf and everybody who's left survives? Or are we going to get a happy ending? He's going to go back in time. We're going to get a bittersweet ending still, but he still goes back in time. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Feel free to subscribe if you want to see the last couple of chapters discussed by moi. And I will be replacing the stories sooner than later. I think I'm going to be adding 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. I just got to read up to where we're at currently, and Dawn to Dawn, because I think I'm gonna read that on my personal time. But we'll see how often that story comes out, if it fits well on the channel, all that stuff. But yeah, we'll be going into a new step on the channel very soon. So feel free to subscribe if you want to see all that. With that all being said, thank you again for watching the video, and the doc is out. Peace.